What is going on, beautiful people? Today's topic, today's training is going to cover how to meet like-minded friends nowadays. So I've got my notes here and we're just gonna dive in. But I've got a question for you. Have you ever felt like it's harder than ever to truly meet like-minded friends? Maybe you're an entrepreneur who is trying to design your dream life, or you're trying to build multiple streams of income for you and your family so you can travel the world without having to worry, and you're wanting to surround yourself with the best people possible. But you feel stuck in the same circle of people who are not building you up. So if that is you, this video is going to solve the 3 major problems that are holding you back and get you to start meeting the right people who will lift you up, who will make you better, and who will refine you as an individual. This video is going to be broken up into 4 main sections. First, I'll start with why it's important, and then we'll break down the 3 major problems that are holding you back: lack of proximity, lack of depth, and lack of intention. So let's start with why it's important. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." So I think of this like iron coming together and causing a lot of friction, and that friction sharpens both of the iron. Now, when you think of an individual, when you think of you and I, if I was to push you and say, "Hey, did you get up this morning?" And I said, "Did you go up to the gym this morning?" And we consistently keep each other accountable on that. You say, "Leo, did you go to the gym?" What's happening is that we're causing some friction, but we are growing each other. Right? I'm going to the gym every day. You're going to the gym every day. And all of a sudden, if I skip on a Tuesday, you're going to text me and you're going to say, "Leo, what happened? You didn't show up." But you have been showing up consistently because we've been keeping each other accountable. Just like friction causes iron to sharpen, the right people in your life challenge you, they refine you, and they strengthen you. So your circle is what shapes your growth. Just remember that. But I want you to imagine your life as you build these friendships. What will your life look like when you have a great group of people who consistently keep you accountable, who consistently make you a better individual and support you and love you and are there for you every step of the way? How much easier is life going to be? How much stronger is your business going to be when you have people to go to in the hard times and you have your tribe that is behind you, consistently making you a better individual? We've all tried different things before. We've gone to random networking events where there's shallow connections, gone on social media, and maybe you've chatted with some people, DMs, people in your industry, you've had conversations, but they've been pretty shallow, and you've defaulted to your current circle. You know, you've gone back to your old friends and you and the boys go watch football, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking about winning. You're thinking about creating these businesses. You're thinking about creating a legacy for you and your family, but your friends aren't doing that. Your friends aren't thinking the same things. And if you bring up the conversation, they're like, "Hey, what are you doing? We're just trying to watch some football here," because they're not on the same wavelength as you. So you've tried those things before and it didn't work because you didn't have a strategy. You didn't have a framework. There wasn't an approach to it that allowed you to take action. Instead, it was a very passive approach. You know, we waited for people to come to us, or we waited for other people to start the connections so we didn't have to take any action. And then lastly, why it didn't work was we focused too much on quantity. We focused too much on the 100 pennies versus the 4 quarters. And I really want you to sit back and reflect on that for a minute as to what has been your approach to making friends. Have you had a filter around you that allowed you to refine the people that are around you? Are the people around you pushing you every day? Are you pushing the people that are around you? You know, back in 2020, I was so stuck. I didn't know what to do because I was the only one going after my goals. The people around me, they weren't pushing me. They weren't helping me better. And of course, it was during the pandemic, so there wasn't a lot of chances to make these friends. But the friends that I did have around me, they were all doing nothing. They were sitting back. They were letting the natural waves of the pandemic happened and they weren't hustling at all. While myself, I was trying to create something. I was trying to build a business so I can get out of the hole that I was in. Everything shifted though when I intentionally started to build these connections. You know, one of my best friends today, I went to Key West, I went to Florida to a networking event and I connected with him. It's Andrew. We connected because I went out of my comfort zone and I said, you know what? I want to meet new individuals. I want to meet people who are thriving. And fast forward 4 years, we've built incredible businesses together and we push each other every single day. He's one of my best friends. And I have so many other individuals around me that are consistently doing that. We consistently push each other. We consistently keep each other accountable. But this all happened because I solved the 3 major problems that were holding me back. So let's dive into problem number 1. Problem number 1 is lack of proximity. You're not in environments where like-minded, growth-driven people exist. You know, you keep going to the same places or staying in your comfort zone and expecting those new connections to happen. Where I was in my little city, there was no entrepreneurs. There was nobody thinking the way that I was thinking. I had no proximity to other entrepreneurs, so there was no way for me to make friends with different entrepreneurs. So the solution here, write it down, is expand your proximity with TREs. Now you're saying, Leo, what is this talk? What is TREs? Expanding your proximity with TREs is target-rich environments. These are spaces where your ideal friend, your ideal audience, your ideal person is at. For example, if you are an entrepreneur and all you think about is growth and personal development, a nice gym might be a target-rich environment, or a nice coffee shop might be a nice target-rich environment where a lot of entrepreneurs are going there and they're bringing their remote work. So what are some rare actionable TREs that we can find? Number 1 is co-working spaces that run local events. Now, if you go to meetup.com or if you go to Eventbrite, in the nearest metropolitan city, is that what you call it? Metro city near you, nearest big city. You're gonna find a lot of different happy hours, a lot of different cocktail mixers that have entrepreneurs, have real estate investors, have different people who think in the similar mindset as you. You're gonna wanna find those spaces and start going out there and connecting. And these aren't just any type of networking events. These are niched ones, and these are ones in your local area that you can start going consistently and building connections with the baristas, building connections with the waiters, building connections with the regular people that go there. Number 2 is going to be online communities. And when I say that, I'm a little bit careful because I don't want you to go to just any online community. I want you to join specific spaces where you can grow your brand, and you can have a name there. For example, when I was first building my personal brand, I was on TikTok and I was on Instagram and I was posting every single day. What happened was there started to be a community that was built from different people who were posting the kind of stuff I was posting, motivational videos, communication videos, and I built a small circle around that type of individual. Now, not everybody wants to build a personal brand. Not everybody wants to make YouTube videos and do what I'm doing here. So what you can also do is you can go to Reddit and you can find subreddits, which are little small community sections based on your interest. For example, r/self-improvement or r/real estate. And you're gonna find all these people that are posting comments, that are posting their stories and talking to each other. And you're gonna meet this ideal person who also has these interests, who probably also thinks like you do as an entrepreneur. So this leads me to number 2, which is the lack of depth. The problem here is that your conversations are surface level because we haven't fully learned how to filter out the wrong people and filter in the right people and create a lot of depth in the conversations that we have through charisma. Let's explain this. We are taught and we learn to ask questions like, oh, what do you do? Right? Or where are you from? Which is actually a good question. I'll show you how to use that one. But When we ask surface level questions like, what do you do? It instantly makes the other person put a mask on and give you a surface level answer because they don't know you. They don't want to be judged, right? What if they are not proud of what they do? Or what if they're in a transitionary phase? We're going to ask better questions and replace what do you do with what is something you're excited about this week? For example, I want you to imagine you and I are at a coffee shop and we're having a conversation. And the first thing I say, hey, my name is Leo Valentino. What do you do? You're instantly going to bucket me into an industry guy, right? Or this is just another shallow conversation. But what if I came up to you, smile and say, hey, my name is Leo Valentino. How are you? And you respond, you say, I'm good. And then I say, I'm good. And I ask you the question. I say, what are you excited about this week? What is something this week that you just can't get off your mind? Immediately, we build a form of connection. We build this different vibe and different depth of a conversation between you and I just because I asked you a different question. So another one might be, what is a big goal that you're working on? Or what is something you're working on that you're so excited about? Or what is a passion of yours? Like, what is your passion? And these are also questions that immediately drive the depth forward and get us out of surface level zone. The next thing, as you can tell that I do, is I show genuine interest and I show the energy to the person. And I do this by doing three things. I am very present, I listen deeply, and I respond thoughtfully. Again, for example, you and I are at a coffee shop and I come up to you saying, hi, my name is Leo Valentino. You see how I'm already smiling, right? That's the first step. I enter in with good energy. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna touch my phone. I'm not gonna dart my eyes around. Instead, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to be very, very present with you. When I ask you a question like, what's your passion? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna do nothing else but listen. I'm not gonna think about the thing that I'm gonna say next. I am just gonna listen to what you have to say because you're sharing your passion, which is one of the deepest things to you. So you bet that I'm just gonna sit here and listen. And the last thing is I'm going to respond thoughtfully. Guys, this is so important that when you listen to someone, that is your chance to now respond. But you wanna wait 3 seconds until they finish speaking before you actually respond with something. That is gonna show them that, hey, this person actually cares. They're actually listening. And when you respond thoughtfully, rather, when you actually listen intently, you will know a follow-up question to ask. You will know the next thing to say because you are genuinely interested in them. This is what charisma is. This is what people remember. People will not remember what you say. They're going to remember how you made them feel, which is seen, which is cared about, which is understood and deeply connected. This is how you go in depth with someone, which I'll do another future video on this, so make sure to like and subscribe. But let's move on. A mindset shift that I want you to have, again, is building 4 quarters, 4 real strong, incredible relationships rather than 100 pennies, which is just shallow acquaintances that you don't really care about, that don't really care about you. Maybe just simple people that you have on social media that you don't know anything about. I want you to focus on those 4 incredible relationships, people that you'll have for a lifetime, that your kids will spend time with, that you can build with. They care about your business. And when you have a win, you just did a deal or you just closed a huge client, you can tell them and they genuinely celebrate you. Because guys, those relationships are the ones that truly matter. The ones that you can be vulnerable around. The ones that you can show your weaknesses to, which is just your vulnerabilities. Right? Because those are the ones that are going to refine you. Those are the ones who are going to sharpen you and strengthen you every single day. So this leads us, guys, to problem number 3, which is a lack of intention. So the problem is we don't prioritize relationship building. We don't prioritize networking or strengthening those bonds that we've already created. Instead, we see it as a passive thing. If we meet someone, okay, maybe we'll go to lunch and we'll have a couple conversations, but it's not the same way that we treat the gym or our business or self-development. And this is why sometimes a lot of our relationships fall short, is because it acts as an afterthought. After you do everything else, then maybe I'll have time for relationship building. But most of the times we don't have that time. So here's the solution. It is an intentional follow-up formula that I built exactly for you. And here's how you're gonna do it. The first thing is we're gonna plan ahead. You're gonna block time in your calendar every single week to attend an event that is a TRE, a target-rich environment, or you're gonna reach out to new people, right? You're gonna spend time on your calendar to say, okay, I'm gonna do 60 minutes of going to this event or 60 minutes of going to this online community and reaching out to people. So you're gonna plan that out. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna send the person that you meet when you go to this event a personalized message 24 hours after meeting them, referencing something you discussed. So it's gonna look a little something like this. Hey John, it was so good connecting with you yesterday. Would love to continue our conversation about real estate sometime. How's your schedule looking next week? You're simply gonna text that over to them. They're gonna look at the phone, they're gonna be like, wow, this person actually reached back out. This person actually cares about what I have going on, which is good. And then the third thing you're gonna do in this follow-up framework is you're gonna schedule the next step. So you texted them this, you said, hey, what's your schedule looking like? And they say, oh, Wednesday I'm free. Just set up a coffee chat. Set up a coffee, it's local. If it's online, do a Zoom. If you guys are both busy, do a phone call. But just set a follow-up interaction to deepen your guys' connection. This works because you move from passive networking to shallow conversations to actively building meaningful connections that drive you forward, right? You're trying to find those 4 quarters and you're trying to find those individuals who you can build your tribe around. So guys, this leads us to the last section, which is the actionable steps. Some of you guys already thought of actionable steps for yourself, but if not, I'm gonna give you some. What I want you to do is to choose one TRE to go to this week, whether it's online or in person. It could be a subreddit, or you can go to meetup.com. You can find a couple of events, or if we have an event going on, if I'm hosting a Truca event, come to one of those. Next, schedule it on your calendar as a non-negotiable event. This isn't something that you can maybe go to. Make it a non-negotiable, guys. Because again, as you're building your relationships in your network, these are gonna be the relationships that move your business forward. These are gonna be relationships that help you build your confidence, that help you live a life of your dreams, that help you design the life that you want, where you're able to travel the world without worrying about who to go with, without worrying about the pricing on things because you've built such a strong business and multiple streams of income, all because you had a good tribe. Guys, it is that important. And then last is when you're at that event, you're gonna ask 3 meaningful questions to connect deeper, and you're gonna exchange numbers with at least 1 person. Just a little gift for you guys because everyone asks is, okay, I met them, I asked those questions, how do I connect? Here's what it looks like. This was such a good conversation. I like the way you talked about, your passion and what you enjoy so much. Listen, let's stay connected. Do you have your phone? Okay, boom. I'm gonna text you. Boom, you text each other. Awesome. This was such a good conversation. I hope you have an incredible day. You made my day. You made my day. You have such good energy. And of course, guys, that's a level 5 right there. A level 1 might just be like, do you have Instagram? That's all you have to do. Or yeah, what's your phone number? Let's connect another time. Super simple, super easy. Guys, from here, you're gonna start building your circle of like-minded friends. You're gonna start creating your 4 quarters, your 4 closest people, your tribe. And if you want to learn how to take these relationships further, if you want to learn more how to create lasting relationships, become the best version of yourself, design the life of your dreams, just like this video and subscribe. I'm gonna have more videos up for you guys, more trainings like this. And let me know in the comments how you like this format. I have 2 cameras and I'm looking at my notes and I'm kind of all over the place, but you still get a lot of good training and you still get a lot of good stuff. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Peace out.